True. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I'm mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all the things in heaven and in earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object there was none, passion there was none. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me, he had never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. One of his eyes resembled that of a vulture. I made up my mind to take the life of the old man and thus rid myself of the eye forever. Now this is the point. You fancy me mad. Madmen know nothing. But you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. With what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work. I was never kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh, so gently. And then I thrust in my head, and this I did for 7 long nights, every night just at midnight. Upon the 8th night I was more than usually cautious in opening the door. A watch's minute hand moves more quickly than did mine. I could scarcely contain my feelings of triumph. His room was as black as pitch, with a thick darkness, and so I knew that he could not see the opening of the door. The old man sprung up in bed, crying out, "Who's there?" The eye that chilled the very marrow in my bone. The old man's hour had come. In an instant I drug a heavy pillow over his throat. But for many minutes the heart beat on with a muffled sound. At length it ceased. The old man was dead. His eye would never trouble me no more. If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. First of all I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs. There was nothing to wash out, no stains of any kind, no blood spots whatever. I had been too wary for that. A tub had caught all. Ha ha ha. I then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber, and deposited all between the scantlings. I then replaced the boards so cleverly, so cunningly, that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. It was 4 o'clock. As the bell sounded the hour, there came a knocking at the street door. There entered 2 men, who introduced themselves with perfect suavity as officers of the police. A shriek had been heard by a neighbour during the night. I bade the gentleman welcome. The shriek, I said, was my own in a dream. The old man I mentioned was absent in the country. While I answered cheerily, they chatted for familiar things. But ere long I felt myself getting pale and wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. But still they sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. It continued to become more distinct. I paced the floor to and fro with heavy strides. I found that the noise was not within my ears. I talked more quickly, more vehemently, but the noise steadily increased. Oh God, what could I do? I foamed, I raved, I swore. It grew louder, 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 and still the men chattered pleasantly and smiled. Was it possible they heard not? Almighty God, no, no, they heard, they suspect, they knew they were making a mockery of my horror. Yes, I thought, and this I think, but anything was better than this agony, anything was more tolerable than this derision. I could bear this hypocritical smiles no longer. I felt I must scream or die, and now again, hark, louder, 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 villains, I shrieked. Dissemble no more, I admit the deed, tear up the planks, here, here, it is the beating of the hideous heart.